There are 7 YouTubers that perfectly represent the 7
Oh, bro, I think I know who this girl is. Right here, this first one. I think I know who he is too. This one is her name. What's her name? I think Chantal, maybe. And this is Queeblepop. I can't remember who the fuck this is, but I think she was in the last video.
deadly sins, and we'll be talking
And this guy right here, low tier god, that guy's a psychopath. This is quite possibly the most racist person I think I've ever seen online. And he's racist as fuck towards black people, and he's black himself. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. It's crazy. He eventually got banned from YouTube. Chantal, yeah, that's what I knew, right? Yeah, okay. And then Adam22, good god, fucking cuckmania right there.
about all of them, starting with envy. Envy is usually thought of as being jealous of someone else's life or possessions, but taking envy to the highest possible extreme is wanting to physically become someone else. The YouTuber Oli London's obsession with the K-pop star Jimin is a sad but perfect example of the sin. In October of 2018, the show Hooked on the Look, which covers people who have gotten extreme cosmetic surgeries,
Good god. Good lord. Oof.
released an episode covering Oli, who at the time had spent over $100,000 to look like his idol Jimin. In the episode, Oli discusses his various surgeries, including having all the fatty tissues removed from his chest, reducing the size of his eyelids, and 4 rhinoplasties. The bizarre episode quickly went viral, gaining mainstream media coverage and spreading massively throughout every corner of the internet. Overnight, Oli went from a nobody to a somewhat infamous semi-celebrity. On February 2nd, 2019, Oli made his first major move, capitalizing on his newfound stardom, releasing a
You get an invasive surgery to look like someone else? That is some severe self-loathing right there. Really. That is some severe self-loathing, self-hatred. I can understand not being comfortable in your own skin, but bro, I will always be against plastic surgery. Always. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Maybe there's like a rare thing where like you need plastic surgery to save your life, right? Like for example, like one of my homies, he got his nose ripped off by a 50 cal when our truck got hit by an IED. He got plastic surgery on his nose to fix his shit. Obviously, he was fucked up. But aesthetic plastic surgery, I will never be a fan of. These fucking boob jobs, these fucking nose jobs, lip fillers, BBLs, that shit ain't attractive, ladies. It's not attractive. And men. I think it's even worse for you men. That shit's cringe. It's not attractive. It's fucking hideous, actually. Be yourself. Be happy with yourself. Be happy with how you were made and how you came out of the womb. Like, this shit is like, I've always thought this shit's pathetic. Really. I've always thought this shit's fucking pathetic.
a song called Perfection. The song was unsurprisingly hated, but what was surprising was that it peaked on number 31 on the iTunes K-pop charts, adding legitimacy.
A mastectomy? What the fuck is that? Again, I can understand if it's like if it's to save your life, which I can't even imagine what kind of plastic surgery you would need, like to save your life, like if your life depended on it, right? Like, but aesthetically, man, just to look a certain way or look better, or you don't like the way you look, bro, like, okay, breast removal due to breast cancer, that's different. I'm not talking about that. That is very different. That can save your life. Breast cancer. That's nothing to play with, nothing to fucking joke with. Go ahead, go in there, go under the knife, get yourself better, okay? Because you have an illness. I understand that. But if you ain't got no illness and you ain't got no problems and you're not dying and you're I've always looked down on this, man. I always have, like, and plastic surgery for me has always 100% been a deal breaker for the opposite sex. Ladies, you get plastic surgery, you have done solidified the fact that I will never fuck with you. Ever. Ever. I do not like that. I like natural beauty, not all of this fake bullshit. That's it. And if you don't like it, fuck off, man. I don't really care. Fuck your feelings. Like, it's just, that it is what it is.
To the idea that Oli could turn his infamy into an actual career. The fact of the matter was that Oli was becoming somewhat famous for his erratic personality, but mainly because of his strange obsession with plastic surgery. His addiction may have reached a peak when he released a video titled Being Korean, where he explained that he had fully racially transitioned into an Asian person. The video marked the absolute peak of Oli's popularity, but it also revealed something very insightful about Oli as a person. His addiction isn't necessarily to plastic surgery, but more so the attention he receives from it. Even though Oli may have lost his dignity because of his sin, he still has his freedom, which is something that can't be said of our
Ladies and gentlemen, be happy with what you look like. I don't care if you're fucking the ugliest person in the world. Be ugly. Be the best ugly person you can be. If you're pretty, be pretty. If you're average, be average. If you're ugly, be ugly. Believe you me, you're gonna find someone out there that appreciates the way that you look. You just will. There's someone out there for everybody. And if you don't think so, you're just looking in the wrong places. But, bro, like, I will never agree with any of this. I will never accept any of this. Like, I don't, no, hell no. Let me have a daughter one day and she wants to get plastic surgery. Slap the shit out of her. You lost your fucking mind. No.
Candidate for pride. The sin of pride is generally understood as believing you're greater than you actually are, especially when you feel the need to have your greatness affirmed by others. The YouTuber Omi in a Hellcat, whose real name is Bill Omar Carrasquillo, uploaded his first video on May 16th, 2019. The video opens with Omi walking out of his mansion and passing over a dozen of his all-white cars. Considering the fact that at this point he hadn't made any income off of YouTube,
all your cars are white? Talk about, like, no creativity. Really. All your cars are white. You the fucking president?
how did he get the money that allowed him to afford all of these luxuries? To answer that question, we'll also need to answer the question of how pride corrupted a very promising man's life. Omi started the journey into his sin when he discovered that he could make an insane amount of money by jailbreaking and reselling Amazon Fire Sticks.
And that's how I started making a lot of money. Buying these boxes from Amazon already preloaded and just reselling them for more money. I became a millionaire after a year.
Omi started his next and much more legal venture in 2017, about 1 year after he started selling his Fire Sticks, by creating his own television network called Gears TV. The network was created when Omi purchased an encoder from China, which he used to strip the encrypted access codes from almost every major cable television provider. He then streamed the cable TV onto his own dedicated servers and offered people access to these servers for a $15 a month fee. This was an
That seems very illegal. Hold on, let me hear it again.
He purchased an encoder from China, which he used to strip the encrypted access codes from almost every major cable television provider.
Very fucking illegal.
He then streamed the cable TV onto his own dedicated servers and offered people access to these servers for a $15 a month fee. This was an insanely good deal for the customer, as paying for all the networks
while simultaneously undercutting every other fucking network that, oh man, if they wanted to, they could sue you into fucking oblivion. And you would be in litigation for the rest of your life, if not in fucking jail. That's wild.
That Gears TV offered individually would cost upwards of $300 per month. This scheme would be what enabled Omi to really start bringing in the money, as it became one of the most used pirated television networks in the world. As Omi's income was really starting to ramp up, he shifted his focus away from the IPTV space and stopped talking about it entirely, likely because he understood that the more money he was earning, the more alarm bells he would raise for the government. Omi's fears materialized when on November 20th, 2019, the FBI raided his property, repossessing nearly all of his assets. After the raid, Omi would continue to post on his YouTube channel until March 7th, 2023, he was indicted for his crimes and was ordered to pay tens of millions of dollars to the IRS and the cable companies, along with serving a 5-year prison sentence. The sad part about Omi's story is that it's clear he has big potential, but his towing into pride meant he wanted to take the easy way out to get more money, more success, and more status without having to put in the real hours it takes to—
It's never enough, isn't it? It's never enough, isn't it? That's how all these people get caught up. Especially if you're doing something illegal. Bro, if you're doing something illegal, and please don't take this as advice, and please don't take this as like me telling you to do this, but if you're doing something illegal, man, like, be happy with what you're currently making. But see, people get greedy. People get way too ambitious. People want more. It's never enough. Gotta get more. Gotta get more. You're already making enough, flying very comfortably under the radar, and no one's looking at you, right? And you're pretty much, just chilling. But you keep escalating. You keep escalating. It's almost like gambling addiction. Until you go fucking broke. Until you lose it all. And it's just like, damn.
To achieve those things legally. Even though Omi engaged in criminal behavior, it's always clear how important family is to him, which is difficult to say about our candidate for lust. Countless YouTubers have had their careers destroyed by scandals that involve them acting inappropriately. In a vast majority of these cases, the YouTubers did not want these scandals to happen and usually lost massive amounts of status and income because of them. So when choosing a creator for lust, I chose someone, while definitely having their fair share of scandals they didn't want, chose to deliberately place themselves in one that would permanently ruin their image for their own financial gain.
Yeah.
Adam22 is the creator of one of—
He sold his wife for money, bro. He sold his wife for money. That's it. When it comes to look up the word cuck in the dictionary, you're gonna see Adam22's face. That's it. Do not listen to anything this man says. Do not take advice from Adam22. Do not try to emulate Adam22. Don't watch him and think like, oh, I want to be like this guy. No, you shouldn't even want to be like me either. But especially fucking Adam22. Man, that's not you shouldn't literally giving your wife away for money. Oh, well, at least my future's secure. But at what cost? At the cost of your pride, at the cost of your ego, at the cost of how people view you, at the cost of your morals, at the cost of your ethics, at the cost of, like, bro, no. Like, when it comes to selling out, this is the worst fucking way, and you sold the most precious thing, your fucking wife.
One of the most influential hip-hop podcasts on the internet, No Jumper. No Jumper is an extremely successful podcast and has a bevy of sponsors, merchandise, and YouTube ad revenue. That alone would be enough to make Adam a multimillionaire. But as with most of these YouTubers, enough is never enough. So Adam decided to launch a new podcast, Plug Talk, where Adam and his girlfriend talk to a actress and then engage in certain activities after the show, which can be accessed through a paywall. The Plug Talk podcast continued to run successfully for over a year, doing little damage to Adam's reputation, but everything would be turned upside down when his girlfriend Lena posted the following video to her Twitter.
I saw this.
Hey guys, guess who I'm shooting with today? It's finally happening.
This would be the first time that Adam's girlfriend Lena, now fiance and mother of his 2-year-old daughter, was creating content with another man.
And on top of that, you have fucking kids. You have fucking kids. You're gonna have to explain to your daughter when she grows up why you let your wife get plowed by other fucking dudes. Do you really think that your daughter is gonna care that her parents are rich? Do you really think that your daughter is gonna care that she lives in a nice house and that she rides in a nice car? Right? Do you really think your daughter's gonna care that you drop her off at school in a fucking Lamborghini or a Range Rover only to go to school and sit in a classroom and have all these kids make fun of her and ridicule her and talk shit to her because her mom's a whore and her dad let it happen? There's no fucking way. There's no way, bro. Like, this is...
On nearly every podcast Adam and Lena went on, they spoke about the decision, always citing monetary gain as the reason they made the choice.
Fucking selfish. Y'all did not even think about your kid before you made this decision. Man, you already had a good career doing your podcast. You were already making good money making your podcast. Whatever the fuck your wife does, I'm sure she was making good money too. And you made this selfish decision without even thinking about your child. Bro, it's like...
But this begs the question, at what point is the monetary gain worth the destruction of your reputation and the sad reality that one day your daughter will find out what mom and dad did even though they were already millionaires? Regardless of his sin, Adam is still on YouTube, which can't be said for the person who represents wrath.
This guy is a psycho. I used to watch this guy's streams just to witness the ridiculousness. I did. I used to watch his streams, and I also used to watch videos that other people made on him, like his detractors, right? People would take clips of his streams or clips of his videos and then just put it into one long ass video where the comment section was full of just nothing but people talking shit about him, making fun of him, ridiculing him, and all this kind of stuff. I used to watch his streams. Bro, this guy's a psycho. This guy makes no sense. When he speaks, he makes no sense. You'll see. Hopefully, there's like a little bit of censorship here because this guy goes really, really hard with the fucking N-word and the hard R like all the time, and he's quite possibly one of the most racist people I've ever heard on fucking YouTube. Maybe. I mean, there are some fucking wild ones out there, but this guy, he's more racist towards black people than he is towards any other fucking race, and it baffles me because he's black. It just doesn't make any sense. It never made any sense to me. And he is just...
Wrath is pretty simply described as uncontrollable anger, and as many of you have pointed out in the comments, there may not be any YouTuber, in this case
plays Street Fighter. He's a content creator for the Street Fighter community. Well, was. He got banned from YouTube. I think he's on Twitch though.
YouTuber better to represent uncontrollable anger than low tier god, otherwise known as Dylan or just Dale. Dale created his channel over a decade ago where he primarily posted comedic skits that included himself and his friends, but his channel would take a wrathful turn when on November 12th, 2013, he posted his first ever semi-viral video. The video was essentially an unhinged rant hating on his fellow YouTuber Boogie2988.
This is a video to some fat on YouTube named Boogie2988. I'm tired of this fat popping up in all my search engines when I'm looking for a workout video.
Around this time, Dale also began posting gaming content that focused around the game Street Fighter. This game in particular is where he would gain his self-ascribed name, Low Tier God, meaning he chose to play as characters he thought gave their player the biggest disadvantage in matches. While uploading Street Fighter videos, Dale would slowly but surely begin to grow a small but dedicated community. His fanbase at the time would take notice how Dale would never take responsibility for his losses in game, always blaming his loss on unfair game mechanics.
Bro, this guy is a fucking machine when it comes to excuses. A machine. Fucking machine.
Or his opponent's dishonorable playstyle. Dale also built up a reputation for exiting the match he was in right before he lost, which is against Xbox terms of service. This behavior
it's not against Xbox terms of service, I don't think. I think it's against Street Fighter terms of service, like within the game. I mean, I've been getting my ass whooped sometimes and I'll just fucking leave, right? Or my teammates are fucking trash and I'll just fucking leave, right?
Combined with his...
maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. And if I'm wrong, then I don't really think that's like crazy enforced because we all get pissed off and fucking exit the match, bro. It happens. You get pissed. You fucking get shit on. It's like, oh, fuck it, I'm done, right? But the way he did it, it's like, And especially in Street Fighter, where there's like a ranking system, and like if you leave mid-game before the game is over, that person doesn't get their rank or doesn't get points. I don't know how it works. If you're a Street Fighter enthusiast, then I guess explain it to me in the comment section. But this guy is the king of excuses when it comes to like losing.
Rage-filled Xbox Live messages he sent to players that had beat him resulted in 3 IP bans by Microsoft over the course of several months, each time forcing Dale to buy a new console so that he could keep creating content. It was also around this time when Dale began attending in-person Street Fighter competitions, and it was at one of these competitions where he faced off against his biggest rival, a fellow Street Fighter player named Viscount.
And Viscount wiped the floor with him. I actually watched like a documentary style video on Low Tier God, and it was by a content creator that goes by the name of June the King, if any of you know who that is or who I'm talking about. And there was actually a bit of drama that happened with June the King and Low Tier God because of the video, and Low Tier God, I want to believe, actually doxed June the King. He's actually doxed several fucking people, and has actually doxed several people in his audience and in chat. Dude's a character.
Viscount and Dale met a few months prior in an online match where Dale would end up losing, prompting him to create a video titled Why Most Gamers Are Single, where he used an image of Viscount to demonstrate an unkempt gamer. This rivalry came to a head when a few days after the video was released, Dale and Viscount faced off in real life at a LAN Street Fighter event set up specifically for them. At the match, Viscount completely destroyed Dale, and in his remarks after the match, he delivered the line that would permanently scar Dale's ego and become
I saw this, and this was fucking epic.
Immortalized in internet history.
There's gonna come a point when you forget about what happened, and you're gonna want to come back at me, and you're gonna want to wash the taste of my out of your mouth.
Traumatized by his loss, Dale only degenerated further into wrath until about 10 months ago
he spiraled bad, bro. He could not handle it.
His account was permanently banned. Even though he's banned on YouTube, Dale has continued to grow his online presence, which isn't happening for the next YouTuber on this list and our candidate for greed. In YouTube history, there are few creators that come—
We literally just watched a video on this girl, Illuminati. Like a full-length video on this girl on like the last the stream that we did 2 days ago.
Close to having a fall from grace as meteoric as Illuminati did. Illuminati, otherwise known as Blair, was once an extremely respected YouTuber known for creating documentary-style content which aimed to expose greed in big companies and general corruption throughout the world. Ironically, it would be Blair's own greed that led to the views of her once flourishing channel look like the price chart of a dead meme coin. We can actually pinpoint the exact moment down to the minute when Blair's greed triggered the complete destruction of her YouTube career. At 12:35 April 20th, 2023, Blair posted the following tweet.
Not legal eagle editors broaching my editors to take my video style when they didn't give up the info, they literally copied it. And by the way, I have the messages from my editors and found an email from them too. Just change the color from purple to blue, huh? Interesting.
Blair was attempting to accuse fellow YouTuber Legal Eagle of plagiarizing her editing style, a bizarre accusation because the editing technique in question was a simple ripped paper effect along with a basic After Effects highlight, both techniques which have been used for years before the Illuminati channel.
Homegirl out was acting like she owned a fucking monopoly on editing, really. Like she had a patent on any kind of editing style, and it's just like, girl, no, that's not yours. It's for everyone, and she didn't think so, so naturally she got shit on.
Channel was even created. Following this tweet, an onslaught against Blair was launched, with past collaborators calling her out for some pretty horrible behavior. All in all, Blair lost nearly 400,000 subscribers after her controversy, all because she leaned into greed a little too much, as it's pretty safe to say the Twitter onslaught would have never happened if she didn't try to claim a very basic editing style as her own. Even though Blair receives a fraction of her previous views, at least she still tries to create her own content, which is something you can't quite say about our candidate for Sloth. As I've talked about before, sloth is a very difficult thing to assign to a successful creator. Any big creator on YouTube has no doubt put in a massive amount of effort to be in the position they are in. For example, if we look at Mr. Beast, he has giant systems in place that allow him to create his awesome videos on a consistent basis, but Jimmy himself still works day in and day out to create the best content possible. So for Sloth, I chose someone who still works hard, but not with the goal of making the best content possible, but the laziest and most soulless videos possible, entirely motivated by money and money alone. This person is Quel Cop, or Jordy, the once prolific gaming creator who is destroying—
I've seen a video on this guy. It was by a random it was by a commentary channel. I got bored one evening and it was like the rise and fall of Quel Cop, and it was titled the video was titled "The Dangers of Bragging About Money." And I think that's what caused his audience to say fuck you, because one thing that a viewer doesn't like is when you're all the way at the top as a goddamn content creator and they're not, and you're sitting here bragging about fucking money, bro. That's like the lamest shit you can do. Doesn't matter how much money you have, bro. Just it's classless, really, to brag about money.
any
And you alienate your fan base, because there's probably people in your fan base that don't even have $20 to rub together, and you're sitting here just fucking bragging. Like, what, bro? No.
legacy he once had with his new mission of churning out fully AI generated content. For Jordy, we won't go over his backstory as it isn't relevant to his sin. Just know that after years of grinding, he gained the status as one of the biggest gaming creators on the platform. But after his years of grinding, he informed his audience he was suffering from burnout. As a result of burnout, Jordy began to channel his energies into other ventures, including an NFT launchpad, a video game studio, and a third company designed to create AI generated content. At first, this AI company would start out minimal by launching a VTuber named Blue. Most of Blue's channel, at least at first, was based on human input, but things would take a darker turn when Jordy posted the following tweet.
After 11 years on the platform, I'm ready to retire as a YouTuber. I've successfully cloned myself and will have AI run my YouTube channel. This is a very open and public experiment, and I'll be the first creator to do this, as far as I know.
On the 1st of August 2023, viewers would see the first version of
I don't see how that could possibly work. At all. Who the hell would want to watch that? Like, people tune in to watch you, homie, not an AI version of you, because that's not you. It's AI. I can't imagine that worked at all. Let's see.
AI Quel Cop. As expected, the AI video was completely soulless, having none of the charm that the real Jordy has in his
Obviously.
older videos. In a quote-unquote response video, Quel Cop AI said it just wants to make people smile, but looking underneath the surface, we can see the true motive is profit and profit alone. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with having profit as a motive for creating content on YouTube, but the reason—
That's everyone's motivator for creating content on YouTube. And Twitch. That's what it is. And if you don't believe that, then I don't know, man. I think you're just naive, really, for the most part.
reason why what Jordy is doing puts such a bad taste in the mouth of his audience is because it's obvious that this profit is made using methods that require the least amount of human input possible, giving him his rightful place with the sin of sloth. Despite his slothful practices, we could—
That's pretty awful, really. Like, hey guys, I'm retiring from being a YouTuber, but don't worry, I'll still keep you entertained. I built an AI. But I still need you to like, comment, subscribe, and donate, and keep clicking on the ads, even though I'm not here and don't provide anything as an actual human being. And because I think that you're stupid, you're gonna watch this AI stuff and you're gonna like it. Like, nah, man, there's no way.
could definitely say that Jordy is successful, a difficult trait to ascribe to our candidate for gluttony. In my original sins video,
I know who this is, and this girl, she's awful. She's absolutely awful, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Someone introduced me to this girl, and when they introduced me to this girl, I was just like, bro, her behavior is abhorrent. Abhorrent, bro. It is despicable, man, and just gross and vile and
I selected a YouTuber by the name of Nikocado Avocado for the representation of gluttony. Even though Nikocado and this video's YouTuber are similar in a lot of ways, they do have one key difference: awareness. Love him or hate him, it's important to understand that Nick is a master of the YouTube algorithm and online marketing in general. He has 6 successful channels that bring in millions of views, a merch store, a Patreon that's earning him a bare minimum 5-figure income, and a popular Cameo account in which a short personalized video cost $149.
Oh, don't forget that this fucker also has OnlyFans. Oh, can't forget that.
To say the least, the man knows what he's doing and does it very well. On the other hand, we have this video's candidate for gluttony, a YouTuber by the name of Foodie Beauty or Chantel. Chantel garners less than 5% of Nick's views, and her only avenues of monetization is the small amount of money she gets from YouTube AdSense and livestream donations. Although similar to Nick, she began her channel making a completely different type of content than she posts today: makeup tutorials. But like most gluttonous YouTubers, there would come a point in time when she began to realize that eating food in front of the camera led to more views than whatever kind of content they were creating previously. For Chantal, this moment came when she uploaded a video on February 16th, 2017 with a description reading, "This is my first ever mukbang." After seeing the success of this video compared to her previous beauty content, Chantal decided to gradually make her entire channel focused on eating excessive amounts of food. These mukbangs, combined with her oversharing, led her channel to slowly
Should I start doing mukbangs, guys? Should I start doing that? Maybe I'd actually gain some fucking weight if I started doing that. I mean, I could go to the gym and just put on some fucking muscle, but this seems like an easier route, bro, and so many fucking people do it and are successful. And I mean, I like food, right? So I would never be able to do this though, man, because like I would get sick. I'd get sick, man. Someone would be like, "Yeah, dude, eat 3 large pepperoni pizzas." Man, I'd eat 3 slices and feel like shit. Really. I don't know how these people do it. And not just the bigger people. There's people my size that do mukbangs, and they be eating a shit ton, bro. I just don't have an appetite like that. And the way I eat is that as soon as I feel full, I stop eating. Even if there's still food on my plate, like as soon as I feel full, I don't like overeating, bro. It doesn't make me feel good. I feel like shit, and I feel like I want to die. I don't know how they do it. Pop-Tart mukbang, fucking ramen noodle mukbang, goddamn. Yo, I will fuck up a whole goddamn thing of Vienna sausages, like all 8 cans. I will. I like Vienna sausages.
build up an audience of hate watchers that begin to meticulously analyze and track all aspects of Chantel's life, relationships, and eating habits. A chart was even made outlining her cyclical pattern of behavior around attempting to lose weight, which was aptly named the Chantel cycle. In the first stage, Chantel realizes she wants to lose weight and makes a big announcement about it on her channel. The announcement would be followed by her favoring healthy food choices and smaller portion sizes during mukbangs. The second stage is marked by Chantel admitting she was binge eating again off camera and warning viewers that if they made any negative remarks about her, comments would be disabled. In the third stage, she disables comments and video ratings, returning back to massive portion sizes and fast food binges once again. In the fourth stage, Chantel makes an emotional video where she explains she's been going through a lot and says she's been thinking about starting a new diet, and then re-enables comments. The especially sad thing about Chantel and her channel is that out of all the gluttonous YouTubers we've covered so far, she's been the least effective at monetizing her sin. On the bright side, Chantel does seem a lot more happy recently as she's moved to Kuwait with her new husband and converted to the faith of Islam. Despite these positive changes, her gluttony has shown no signs of slowing down.
My Justice League will burn this earth down.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I'm not guilty of any of those things. Actually, all of those content creators that we just covered, and I'm not I'm not guilty of any of those things. I don't want to be somebody else. I don't let people sleep with my significant other. I'm not a fucking cuck. I don't overeat. I don't fucking lose my goddamn mind. I mean, like, the last one that we watched, I was guilty of one of them, right? But only to a certain degree, and it's not that bad. But in this one, I'm not guilty of any of this shit. Yeah, dude, those mukbangs, man, and these people, especially the mukbangers that are overweight, that's a slippery slope, bro. It really is. I mean, hell, he mentioned Nick Avocado, however you say his name, Nico Avocado. He mentioned him. Do any of y'all know what Mr. Nick used to look like when he first started doing YouTube? When he first started doing mukbangs? Bro, he was my size. I think he may have even been smaller than me. He was my size. And now look at him. Like, and don't sit here and tell me that shit's healthy, bro, because that shit's not fucking healthy. A lot of these mukbangers that weigh in excess of like 350 pounds, y'all are gonna see an early grave, bro. Y'all are. And I don't feel like I'm an asshole for saying that. Y'all are gonna see a fucking early grave. Like, that's just, it is what it is. And the crazier part about it, and even the scarier part about it, is that the people in the comment section encourage it. The people in the comment section, they cheer you on. And they're just like, yeah, keep doing it, which is essentially just saying, yeah, kill yourself. Like, what? No, bro, like, overindulgence is not a good thing when it comes to anything. Too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Too much of anything can be a bad thing, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just like that's a vicious cycle, and some of these people need intervention. Really, it's okay to do mukbang. I don't hate that content. I don't watch it, but I don't hate the content. I don't think it's all the way fucking stupid. Whatever, do what you do. Make whatever content you want to make. But at some point, bro, your health has to be. It has to be looked at, and it has to be some kind of a priority. There needs to be some kind of like regulation to it, because like these people are. But then again, at the same time, bro, free country, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You want to eat yourself into an early grave, you can eat yourself into an early grave. I just don't see the point. Like, if you're gonna do mukbang, then at the least have a gym membership. At the very least, once you get done filming a video, go for a run, man. Go to the gym. Burn off all the calories that you just ate, right? Fucking, or what I used to do, work out until you throw up, man. Smoke yourself until you throw the fuck up. But that's how I used to work out, especially when I was in the military. So, I mean, if you're gonna do that, bro, there at least has to be something, because you're just gonna eat yourself into an early grave, and no one wins. Nobody wins. And then your audience is sad, and then you have people in the audience like, oh my god, how could this have happened? I can't believe this happened. Motherfucker, you were literally cheering them on. You were literally saying, yeah, eat another donut. Yeah, eat another pizza. Yeah, eat another burger. And then you have the audacity to come back into the comment section and be like, I can't believe they're gone. It's slightly your fault. Like, are you kidding? Oh, Falcon, it's 2023. It's a world where that shit's encouraged. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It should not be encouraged to be overweight. It should not be encouraged to be obese. It just should not, man. And I understand that there's people out there, maybe you have a medical condition that keeps you from losing weight. I understand you. I understand you. And I understand your predicament. I get it. But hell, even the people with medical conditions that have a hard time losing weight, even they work out. Even they try to take care of themselves. It's all these other people that they watch all these videos talking about like about body positivity and like not body shaming, and it's just like, no, we're not body shaming you. We're looking out for you. That's it. Don't take it personally. Take it as help, man. Because that's just not healthy. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. It is not healthy to be that big. It will never be. When in the history of time has it ever been healthy to be that big? Never. Bro, and you will never convince me that it's healthy, and you will never convince me that it's a good thing. And trying to perpetuate it onto other people and telling them, yeah, you should live this way. Yeah, you should do this. Yeah, you shouldn't care. Okay, whenever you're 55 years old and you can barely fucking walk and you can barely fucking move, look at Boogie 2988. Look at Boogie 2988. He's now currently feeling the wrath. He is feeling the effects of his life decisions. He is feeling the effects of all of the food that he ate. Bro, he's got so many health problems. I just recently watched a very, very good documentary on Boogie 2988. And he talks very candidly about it. He's like, yeah, man, I weigh this much. I have this problem. I have this problem. I can't move. My leg is this. I'm on this medication. I'm on that medication. I'm on this medication. And I don't even know if I'm gonna live to be 60 years old. That's literally what came out of his mouth. I don't even know if I'll live to be 60. Do what you do, but don't for one goddamn second say that it's okay and that it's healthy and try to make it a good thing or try to make it trendy or fashionable or popular or try to say, yeah, you should do this or yeah, you should be okay with this. Like, no, I will never accept that.